Who are you giving the captain's armband to next season at Manchester United, Ali?
Yeah. Well, there was conversation of a player's vote at one point, and I have to say, this is not a decision you leave for the players. See, if I'm a manager and I come in and I just said this is open competition, and I look at a group of players that has underachieved, I want to analyze myself. What is it that I see in this group that shows any sort of leadership, any sort of presence? And I don't think this group of players is in any position to vote for a leader, because one of the things that you can say about this group from last season is there was no leadership. When everything was going south for them, when they were melting on the field, the lack of leadership and presence was one of the main things that was highlighted time and time again. And now we're asking the same group of players to say, let's vote for a leader. No, I don't believe in the character of this group. So if you're Ten Hag, that's one of the challenges. You have to be able to separate those players that you can trust from those that you don't. And those that you trust will show themselves very quickly. And from that group of players, whoever those players may be, then you pick out somebody who you think would be a team captain. I know, by the way, in the conversation of team captain, within a locker room, whether that guy is wearing the armband or not, you know full well who's a true leader, who's a consistent performer, and who's not, who you can trust and who you can't. The players know this very well. And the manager, even though he's new, he'll be able to figure this out very quickly. Those things become very apparent right away. And so therefore, I don't think this is a major decision. And I don't think this is a decision that is going to take a whole lot of time. But from this group of players to pick out a leader, that's going to be the challenging part, because nobody really showcased that last season.
Given everything you've just said, can Harry Maguire be trusted to wear the armband as captain of Manchester United?
No, he cannot. Too sensitive, too much in social media, too mindful of whatever the fans are saying or not saying, and too much in the spotlight to be the team captain. Too much negative energy surrounding Harry Maguire, and he's only going to bring more attention on him. He just needs to be able to focus on his individual performances first, regain confidence, find the level that puts him in the English national team, that puts him at that sort of level. Find that consistency that you once had and that you haven't had for the last couple of seasons. You don't regain that by the spotlight being on you and the pressures of being the captain for Manchester United and the questions that come with it. And the other thing that I would say to Harry Maguire is, get off social media. Don't feel like you have to answer everybody and you have to please everybody. You do you, bro. You do you. Get better, improve, be consistent, and your performances will speak for themselves. And that way you don't have to apologize to anybody for whatever performance you put on the field.
What would it say if the Manchester United captain for next season isn't at the football club yet? Would that be a statement of intent from Erik ten Hag to bring not only someone in, but to bring someone in as captain? You've just said you wouldn't make Harry Maguire the captain. There aren't too many options at the football club right now. Potentially David De Gea as a goalkeeper. Some managers aren't too fussed for a goalkeeper being captain. Do you think it's a possibility that the next Manchester United captain for next season isn't even at the football club yet?
Well, the safe choice would be David De Gea. And that's one that I think would satisfy people's needs and wants, because logically he would seem to be the next best option. And I think it would allow Ten Hag to ease his way into the locker room while he has some time to figure out who's really strong character here and who is not. As for bringing somebody out of the club and him somehow automatically becoming the captain of the group, it would be a referendum on the locker room. Of course it would be. And it would be, yes, a statement, a strong statement about Ten Hag saying, I don't think any of the guys that are here are strong enough to be my captain. I don't think these guys over here represent the very best of Manchester United. I think the guy coming from the outside in may have an advantage on those guys that are right there, given their lack of performance for the last couple of seasons. I don't think you go in that direction. The safe choice would be David De Gea. And then whoever this player that you may be talking about comes in and then has a presence in the locker room and grows within a period of time where he becomes a critically important part of the group, then you consider at that point saying, yeah, this guy will be my captain from here on out. But until then, I think David De Gea would be the logical choice.
Okay, let's wrap this up. When you've come on the back of your worst season for 32 years in the league, the only way potentially is up for Manchester United, given the size of the club that they are. Can you offer any cautious optimism to Manchester United fans under new management that they've reached as low as they're going to get and the only way is up? Or is there more heartache to come before they start climbing that ladder?
I think they're going to start climbing the ladder, but if the expectation is for them to climb quickly over the course of this season, then I think you have to temper those expectations. You have to be able to be realistic about who you are, what you are, and where you are within your own domestic league. The goal should be finishing in the top four. That would be progress. That would be a step forward. The idea of them contending for a title, that's not happening. And part of the problem for Manchester United as they look into the future is that they're not only competing with themselves, which seems to be hard enough for them over the last few seasons. They're competing against teams that are not only the best in England, they are among the best in the world. So Manchester City and Liverpool, and you see what they've done in the transfer window, they're not coming back down to you. They're not regressing. They're actually trying to create separation. Chelsea is trying to do the same thing. They are trying to keep up with Manchester City and Liverpool. They're not coming back to you. So then that limits what your options are and what's realistic for you. Spurs has made changes and they are ahead of you right now if you are Manchester United. Arsenal have made changes and they're ahead of you right now. So when I say top four, I really mean fourth. And that's progress. How you get there is going to be really difficult for Manchester United, but that should be for them at this point, where we are in the preseason, at this point should be the realistic goal. If we get fourth, for us, if we're Manchester United, that should be like winning the title. Other than that, I just don't see a whole lot more coming from this group, and they're going to have to add a whole lot of pieces in order for them to be truly contenders for that fourth place.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week, subscribe to ESPN+.